Hey there, old guy back again. Hope you're having an awesome day and thanks for tuning in. Starting a new series on my channel where every week I'm going to try to review a new record. And I thought that I would start this week with probably one of my favorite records of last year, made by the Koch Marshall Trio called Toby Arrives. And the story behind that goes is Greg Koch, who you better know who that is, and if you don't, shame on you. If you've never heard of him, you gotta go to the YouTube channel for Wildwood Guitars and check out all the cool guitars he plays and what an awesome guitar player he is. On my channel, there's actually a clinic that he did with Reverend, which if you haven't checked out and you've never heard of Greg Koch, you really should. But he started a new band with his son Dylan Koch and Toby Marshall, who's an amazing Hammond organ player. And the story goes that his son was trying to get him in touch with Toby for quite a while. Finally, they got together and started jamming and basically put together an album almost out of nowhere. I really love this album. It's really hard to kind of pinpoint genre-wise. It's kind of blues, it's kind of jazz, it's kind of rock. It's very kind of Danny Gatton jazz, redneck jazz-ish. And if you really like that kind of stuff, this record is definitely for you. It's very, very grooving. Toby Marshall plays the Hammond organ, but also does the bass lines for each song. And it really does a great job. The couple of things that are kind of iffy on the record for me is, one, if you've been watching Greg Koch a long time, especially on those Wildwood guitar videos, you'll recognize some of those rhythms that he plays and some of the riffs that he plays. Almost like he had those going and he was just kind of looking for a band to play those with, which is really cool. But one of my criticisms of the record in total is that he never really lets go. It's a very kind of structured jam, so to speak. And there's no place really on the album where he really wows you with his chops, which he really can. The other thing is that was kind of I wasn't crazy about was right in the middle of the record. There's this 10-minute long it's kind of real spacey, trippy, almost Doors-like jam, and I really didn't find that it sat in the record very well. It's kind of a departure from the other few songs on the record, which are otherwise are stellar, but this one just really didn't sit well with me, didn't really have a good place in the record, just kind of sounded a little bit too out there for me. In fact, on the playlist that I have on my iPod, yes, I have an iPod, I'm an old guy, I actually deleted that song altogether from it. Otherwise, great record. If you enjoy Greg Koch stuff, this is a must-have record. But for me, on a scale of 1 to 5 old guys, this is a 4 old guys out of a possible 5. I'm hoping that the new record, which apparently they're going to start recording soon, is going to have a little bit of a looser feel and capture the live Greg Koch a little better. I hope you enjoyed this short review of the Koch Marshall Trio's debut record, Toby Arrives. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like what the channel has to offer, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.